veggies, my name is VTR and welcome back to another movie review, and today we're going to be reviewing Vile, a horror movie from 2008 or 2008, I don't know why I said it like that. As you can tell right now, my face probably says like literally everything I feel about this movie right now. I saw this movie a while back, and I did not remember anything about it except for the central plot. So, the central plot of this movie is this group of people gets trapped in this room. They have to torture themselves to get to a certain pain level to escape. That's the basic premise of the movie. And if you are squeamish in any way, shape, or form to torture, gore, blood, anything, dude, I would not recommend watching this movie. And that's coming from a Saw fan. And this movie, legit just did not sit well with me in a lot of moments. I was getting eerie and so uncomfortable during some scenes while watching this film. I was straight up because me and my friend are doing today for Halloween, obviously, we're watching a bunch of horror movies, and we're just trying to do some tame ones first. And then we're going to watch some more messed up ones later. This is one of the most messed up, torture-like movies I've seen, and I've seen every Saw movie. First things first, let's get to the negatives. I'm going to start with the negatives, I guess. The acting is very hit and miss. When we first started watching the movie, the acting in this was pretty bad. And then those times it was like, oh, acting is getting better, and then it reels back in no, we can't have good acting in this. A lot of the time the acting is just, there's a few actors in this movie that are okay, and someone's okay, that dude did a pretty good performance. But most of the acting in this is pretty bad. But with that being said, and you can clearly tell this is not a very high budget film. But with this movie's effects, I'm pretty sure this all looks mostly practical, and most of it looks pretty good. And it also is painful to watch. A lot of this movie, you just sit there and you feel every pain. People getting their fingernails removed, freaking putting their arms in boiling hot water, getting their teeth knocked out, getting a freaking screwdriver stabbed in your kneecap. There is so much. I can take so much when it comes to horror and gore and things like that, but this specifically, I was cringing so hard during some of this movie. That's your main takeaway from this movie. I wish the movie had a little bit of a longer runtime. I feel like an hour and 28 minutes is not enough justice to do what. I feel like you could give us at least another 30, 40 minutes, not 40, about maybe 20 more or 30 more minutes. This movie's needed to be a little longer in my opinion. The pacing's a little all over the place. One part, where you get to one part, you feel like that should be at the 30, 40 minute mark. But no, literally you only got 30 minutes of the movie at that point. You're whoa, what the heck? And you're and also when things get starting to get wrapped up, okay, this is going, and you feel, oh, this is movie about to end. But then there's still 15 minutes left of the movie. You're there's still 15 minutes left. So the pacing of this movie is not done well. But if you want to see some extreme torture porn, it's what you're getting with this movie. I can't say if it's as bad as some other movies that have some really intense gore and violence and stuff like Hostel and things like that. I haven't seen some of those movies, but I've heard. But this is scary, and not in in a I'm scared kind of way. It just makes you queasy and just tense up, and you're the whole time you're just sitting there like, why is this? You're like getting so, just like, I can't even describe the feeling while I was watching this movie. My goodness. If you're a Saw fan, you'll probably enjoy this. Like I said, the storytelling is not the best, but if you're a Saw fan specifically for the traps and gore and all that, you'll probably enjoy this. But gosh, vile is vile. Like this movie, it's a great way to spend Halloween, I'll tell you that. Like this movie is so intense, so bloody. Like it's like you feel every little thing that happens to these characters. You feel all the pain. Even if you just hear it, you still feel it. And like that's the main takeaway from this movie is that it is intense. Like, and for the budget, like it looks like it has a very small, but I need to look up the budget for this movie. But like actually I'll actually look that up. I actually am very curious what the budget is. Okay, I can't find the budget. I can't say the movie was great in the storytelling aspect, but like, if you want something that's gonna make you feel uncomfortable in a gore sense, watch this with a friend. I would not recommend watching this by yourself. Like, I would recommend watch this with a friend. I would not be able to. I don't know if this movie had a theatrical release, but if it did, I feel bad for the people who have seen this in theaters or by themselves or anything like that. I would not, like, for Pete's sake, this movie just legit just is so gritty and just so, it's all over the place. But I can't necessarily say the movie is good. Now, it's a good torture movie. It's like, if that's what you're going for, but like from a storytelling perspective, it's not that done well. Like I said, the pacing is really not good. The characters are very forgettable. Only the ones that do leave an impact on you, they don't really leave an impact on you for the reason that you go for a good reason. There is a character in this you love to see get tortured because you just hate the character the whole time. Like literally, while me and my friend were watching it, we were like, when is it gonna be her turn to get tortured? When is it gonna be her turn? But I have to say though, this movie, it's not the best, and I don't know what to really rate it, because it's hard to rate a movie like this. It reminds me of when I watched Saw. I couldn't figure out how to rate those movies. But I think I will give this a 2.5. I don't think it deserves a solid 3, but I think a 2.5 out of 5 is a good middle ground, just right in the middle. It's not bad, it's not good, but will I catch myself watching this anytime soon again? Probably not. I watched this movie like when I was probably like 12 or 13. So let's just say this movie was like I don't even know. I don't know how old I was when I watched this movie, but I know I wasn't old. I shouldn't have watched this at whatever age I was. What have you guys seen, Vile? Let me know down in the comments, and VTR's Creepy Frights will continue until November 6th, 15th. So you got still about 2 more weeks of Creepy Frights. You can tell I'm not looking forward to watching anything else like this ever. But I'll watch even worse in the future. Because that's just what I like to do. I like to torture myself sometimes with movies. But you guys have any horror movie suggestions, let me know in the comment section below. If you guys want Future reviews are planned. Friday the 13th is getting continued, so do not worry. And we'll be talking on the Nightmare on Elm Street and Hellraiser franchises very, very soon. So be keeping your eye out for those reviews. And that's all I have to say for this video. You guys know the drill. Links to all my social medias are down there. And this will probably go up today. So if it is still, it does go up today. Happy Halloween if you're watching this on Halloween, or if you're watching it in the future. Hope you're having a good day. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!